So now it really took a very long time that you have heard from me, and I finally get back to you. Of course, I have also captured some pictures for you again, like these cloud formations here, which have always fascinated me as a child. Do you know this? Lying on your back in the grass and discovering faces, animals or other creatures in the clouds. My friend Jenny told me that she, when she was little, always saw her grandfather in the cloud formations, especially when the clouds were colored gray, because her grandfather probably always wore only gray suits. So much has happened here on the small planet in the past weeks, and I would like to bring you up to date and tell you what has happened here. Shortly before New Year's Eve, we held a meditative sound concert in our house. Usually Martin plays these concerts alone or with other musicians, but this time I was there and could sing the second voice here and there. I was a bit excited at first, because I hadn't done something like this for a long time. Of course, I often sing mantras, but this was something different, and I wanted to prepare myself. And that meant rehearsing more often. In the end, the concert was beautiful and a wonderful end to the year. For all of you who couldn't be there, I've made a little montage of our rehearsals. Of course, these are not comparable to the actual concert, and please don't mind that the sound is far from optimal. I just wanted you to get at least a little taste of it. And for those of you who were there, the recordings might be a nice memory.
If love would be a melody, could you hear it when you're alone? Even before you look for me or miss me. If you would be a melody, and the only thing that you would do, let yourself be carried. All that remains, sound that evokes us. Don't even try to hold on to it. Nothing to own, nothing to defend. Oh melody, just sing me. I am like the sea, I am like the deep sea, carrying your sound. Oh melody, oh melody, sing me like a song. I will be your instrument, I will be your voice. Das Leben ist der seidene Pfahl, an dem wir alle hängen. Er webt sich tief, tief, tief in uns ein. Wie lang willst du dich noch verbiegen? Weil du meinst, es gibt sie, die Welt da draußen, und du den Krieg brauchst, um ihn hier zu überleben. Das Leben trägt dich Es sieht nur anders aus, als du denkst. Du siehst den Frieden in dir nicht, deshalb riechst du den Krieg in allen anderen. Deshalb leg dich auf die Erde, in den Staub und zu den Tieren. Das Leben greift nach dir, und so geht es mir. Leg dich auf die Erde, in den Staub und zu den Tieren. Das Feuer, das du Leben nennst, verbrennt, was nicht zu dir gehört. You are the ocean. You are the wave. You are the ocean. You are the wave. You are the ocean. You are the wave. You are.
So, and imagine this. Martin gave me a so-called native double flute for Christmas. I put it to my mouth, played it immediately, and now I'm deeply in love. So now, at the tender age of 60, I'm going to learn another instrument. Both my brain hemispheres should be happy. Besides, I can now jam with Martin. then came the water. After snow and freezing cold of up to minus 18 degrees Celsius came seemingly endless rain. Not too long ago, we had to deal with floods here in our region, where houses in our immediate vicinity were also literally flooded. Some of them still couldn't be completely repaired. After we had already had infinite luck with the first flood, a protecting hand was also over us and our neighbors this time. Once again, I realized how fragile human existence is and that we can plan and take precautions, but ultimate safety cannot be planned. How much power the elements have. When I saw the raging, constantly filling streams again, I realized how little I, as a single person, can do to counter this force. But there was also something else in the midst of these threatening-looking streams of water. I almost do not dare to say it, but still, I saw in it also a unique, even a wild beauty. My goodness, how thankful we were that this time the dams didn't overflow again. And look, I've been using the last few weeks to paint too. Yes, I even took an online course in landscape painting that I highly recommend, even if you've never painted before. Actually, painting landscapes was never my thing at all, but just doing something that is not what you always do is incredibly inspiring. One of my favorite channels on YouTube is Leena Henningsen's, and I did a landscape painting workshop with her partner, Joachim. If you're curious now, be sure to check out Leena's and Joachim's website. Also, a look there in the store of the two artists living in Norway is worthwhile. And here I would like to introduce Joachim briefly.
Hello and welcome to this painting course. I am so excited that you have decided to join me on this journey. And that's really what this is going to be. It's going to be a journey where I teach you and show you how you can create your own world. This is a course, which is a painting course, which is based on imagination and memory.
I'm so glad to have done this course, and not only because Joachim is just wonderful at instructing and sharing so many technical possibilities very generously and in a very warm way. At the same time, I've become part of an absolutely inspiring and loving workshop community, and friendships are just forming. I'll link you to everything in the info box. And here I show you my two pictures that were taken during the course. Can you spot my sleeping giant in the landscape here? This winter is so different from last year, and the weather conditions changed again and again. If it had become a bit milder, icy cold came. And now, just recently, after all the rain, the snow returned once again. The birds seemed as surprised as I was, and I was glad to still have enough food for them. Ah, and now take a look at this. I mean the snow garland, that's what I call it. And I didn't even realize at first how it came to be. First, the struts of the trellis were covered with snow. Then it must have thawed, and the snow slid down. But before it could fall to the ground, an icy wind had turned it into a work of art. I was entranced. I love that kind of thing, especially because it often seems so magical at first glance. Although it's still cold at the moment, we can still feel a little bit now that spring is not far away. We can hear it in the chirping of the birds in the morning and in the evening. And it's now much longer light in the evenings. Oh, and you know what? We have also recently experienced a real miracle. Yes, really, a miracle. But I will tell you about it another time. And I definitely have to do that, because I'm so sure that the story will touch you deeply, just like it touched us so much. And now, I wish you all well, and I'm glad you were here on the little planet that I love to share with you.